All right, so hello everybody, and welcome to the 37th episode of the SparkCast. Joining us today is Kory, also named as Damewin.
Daimon.
Daimon, yes, because it's spelled exactly that way. Um, and from Team Dakota with us is his premiere on the SparkCast, Thomas.
Hey everybody, how are you doing?
So, Thomas, who are you and what are you doing here?
So, my name is Thomas, like Mike just said. Some people know me by my gamer tag, which is Zatarg, or ZZTarg, however you want to do it. I don't really care. All it is my last name backwards, if people didn't know where that came from. Anyway, with an extra Z. But I am the new community manager or community coordinator for Team Dakota. Most people are familiar with Zach, who is on the team, and he is still on the community team a little bit. He is starting to do more things content-wise, so that's why they decided to get another community manager on board.
It's a lie.
Yeah, right.
He died, and then they didn't want to mention that because the obituary was too sad.
Just behind me here, it's pretty bad. I'm keeping it, hidden from everybody else right now. I really wanted a job, so I found out where he was and just took care of it.
You should probably stop dragging around his corpse if you want to hide it.
Oh, well, I did it here in the studio, and surprisingly, nobody besides the community managers, come into the stream room typically, so that's why you haven't seen anybody recently, so, because the bodies...
Yeah, there's a hole in the wall behind the poster. That's where Brian is.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like the Shawshank.
Yeah, it's Shawshank, yeah. Throw a rock through it. That's our tunnel.
So he was spark shanked, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What's the lore behind that?
Oh no, shut up. So, how did you get the job with Team Dakota?
It's really funny. So, I mean, the main thing is like, I was an active community member. There's people who have way more hours in Spark than me, but I have about 700 now in Xbox One, just personally, just for fun. So, I was active during the beta, and Team Dakota basically said any community members who are in the area for PAX Prime, so this is back last August of 2014, anybody who's around who wants to come join that and come volunteer at the booth, we'd love to have you. So I was like, sweet, so I got off work and came and did, volunteer at the booth for 4 days. That's where I met Mike for the first time. Are you Moose? I don't know. Do you like to go by Mike or Moose?
I really don't care. I stuck with Moose mostly when Mike Lisco was around as the community manager, but now that he's not there, I'm the only Mike. So.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense. Okay, well, I'm like I like to do like actual names, I suppose. I don't want anybody calling me Zatarg.
Can we call you Tom?
That works. Yeah.
Tommy?
The only person who calls me Tom is my dad. Usually, everybody calls me Thomas, but if you want to call me Tom, I will accept that.
I actually went to middle school with a kid who had been with in the same grade for so long that he had been in my brother's class. He just kept failing.
Mm-hmm.
And my older brother's name's Tom, so he's like, all right, I'm just gonna call you Tom. So yeah. So that was my fun story.
Anyway, my story. So I volunteered at PAX Prime, and that's where I met the team. Team Dakota, everything like that. Had a wonderful 4 days showing off Project Spark just before release, pretty much, or getting close to there. It was my first time getting to play with like all first contact, all the sci-fi stuff. So I was super excited about that. Anyway, fast forward, release happened. My life just continued. Still was playing Spark, just as a hobby. And just in pretty much like middle of February, maybe a little bit after, email out of the blue, just hey, would you be interested in a job here at Team Dakota? They like to hire community members, and being from the area, I didn't have like a huge crazy move I had to do or anything like that, and I considered it, and we talked about it, and decided to be a good fit for me. So that is why I'm here. And for everybody so I started last week. I only worked a couple days last week. I was still doing part-time at my old job. So this is week number 2 for me. So I have a couple streams now under my belt, getting a little bit more comfortable. I'm starting to learn, how stuff works here at Team Dakota and all the lingo. Now, I'm not like a super technical person, so just when they talk about build numbers and all these things and the way they talk about stuff, I'm learning all that. So
You'll get assimilated.
exactly. Getting all the lingo down.
Kory, are there any questions you want to ask Thomas in order to get him in trouble?
So, have you taken any pictures of any of the developers' monitors? Can you post those
Yeah,
yet?
I'm actually just going behind everybody's desks right now and just taking pictures. My plan is just, after 3 weeks of solid, behind the scenes, I'm just gonna, put my notice in and then just put together a beautiful documentary about all the secrets that are happening.
And then you'll never work again.
Yeah. I'll just go back to the legislature. They'll be like, "Oh, that was fantastic ethic, Thomas. You can do that." I got a couple of Democrats or Republicans I need to send you over to.
Yes. That would work out swimmingly, I'm sure.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
have you seen Henry's team yet? Do you know what project he's working on?
Oh, Henry. I've seen him. I actually can be honest about that. I have. I mean, he's still our creative director. As far as the day-to-day stuff and what he's spending all of his time doing, I can't tell you. Not as far as like what team or anything, I don't know.
That's a good poker face. I don't believe it, but good try.
This is yeah.
So, jumping into your role as a community manager, let's ask a community manager question. How is the treasure trove going?
I actually think it's going pretty well. A lot of positive reaction. There's just a thread today that had a lot of positive sentiment about it. I mean, it's just another opportunity, I think, for Team Dakota to be kind of generous with the free-to-play model and, offer rewards. I mean, the whole point is creating incentive to have people log in daily and spend time on Spark, to check out whether that's UGC or just spend 20 minutes on their project or whatever. I mean, that treasure trove's there. And, the golden ticket is basically a login-based currency to more rewards. So, I mean, that's the main reason why it was introduced.
Have you guys seen an increase in daily activity as a result of this?
It's still, I would say it's definitely kind of early. Just that feature is now, I think, just now started its third week for the most part. I mean, I think some of those numbers are starting to come in, but I actually haven't seen like a report or anything like that. But I know for sure as a community, I've been told I can't talk numbers, so I can't talk numbers. But the reaction for sure, the sentiment is definitely positive.
I was surprised that you guys had a content pack in there so soon.
Yeah, and I think I think it's partly we're experimenting with what gets people excited. I mean, actually, the one thing that we were surprised at was how popular the Glacier Blade was. So, for a lot of people who don't know, the Glacier Blade was a pre-order item that came when Project Spark released the starter kit. So it, hasn't been opened. It's still not on the marketplace for purchase. So last week was a big, huge opportunity for people that acquired that item who hadn't had that chance before. And, it's just the one item. It's a very cool looking item. But the value there, I mean, it's very valuable for some people, not necessarily for others.
Right.
But a lot of people thought it was really cool to have that offered. Weapons are always fun. People generally like them. So yeah, it was really well received. I was really surprised. And I actually think at least my opinion is I think the Hunter's Camp, I think is a really useful pack. But I'm surprised because I think more people were excited about Glacier. The Glacier Blade versus I think there's way more content and useful stuff in Hunter's Camp personally.
People already had the Hunter's Camp though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's funny because actually my personal account I don't have Hunter's Camp yet, so I'm super stoked. But,
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just, and then so for people who don't know, if you unlock that prize this week and you already own Hunter's Camp, you get a 3,000 credit to you. It's not multiplied. So just
I bought the Hunter's Camp the day before.
Really? Oh, that's terrible.
Yes. Yeah,
Timing.
I got enough tokens from my Saturday treasure trove that I was like, hey, I don't have this one pack. Let me buy that. And then I woke up the next morning, and it was in the treasure trove.
That's kind of frustrating. I'm sorry.
So,
It's all
on
your
that
fault, Thomas.
on that end, have you thought
No,
about
you can blame me if you want. I'm totally okay with that.
have you thought about forecasting the weekly bonuses or the weekly what's called grand prizes?
I mean, I could see that in the future. To be honest, there isn't a set roadmap for what is going to get set. I mean, I can't even tell you honestly what we're going to do yet for next week. So it's a work in progress. So I mean, in order to forecast it, we would have to know in advance, and we don't know at this point. I think right now we're just experimenting with the model and kind of seeing what people like.
I'm a bit shocked with like how generous you guys have been. Actually, it seems like you've doubled the amount of stuff you can actually earn inside of
Yeah, and
Spark.
I think it's a big deal that they have credits in there, or excuse me, tokens. The first way to earn tokens without which is usually tied to the dollar
Right.
amount. So that's a huge deal.
That
And
was-
the tokens are, I mean, after I'm already, I think just from the treasure trove, I've gotten with the weeks that they already have had almost 300-400 tokens now. If you plan it out with the multipliers, like I mean, that's a pack when it comes out, or one of the smaller
Right.
ones anyway.
Yeah, the good thing about that, I mean, even with the multiplier, you don't get a crap ton of tokens, but it's enough to put you just a little bit over the mark when you're that much lower, because you can only buy tokens in 100, 200, 1,000 at a time, and so
Exactly.
with some of the smaller packs of 300 token costs, it gets you right into that spot without having to drop another $5 to $10.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not in that set package of amounts, so you can kind of build up to what you need.
I wasn't actually quite as impressed with the well, not impressed, but over. I'm not sure how to put this, but it wasn't as important to me that the tokens were in there because I already have premium. I bought a year of it, unfortunately, and so now I'm waiting out that time period. I'm just using up all my credits anyway, so I still have like 150,000 credits or something.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, even as a premium, owner, so you can, use credits to purchase, content as it first releases. I mean, I still think there's great value there, mainly, right, with premium, you're getting those triple golden tickets every single day. I mean, you're always guaranteed to clear your board if you play smart and have tickets left over. I mean, and I think the credit bonuses that you'd be getting, just added, on top of it, especially, if you don't like grinding for the challenges every single day. I
Yep.
think Treasure Trove is an easier way to acquire the credits and spend less time doing it.
It just really annoys the heck out of me when I forget to log in that day. It
Oh, yeah.
it's like,
And that's kind of by design, right? I mean, it's a login incentive to get everybody to try to log in. So, that reaction's intentional almost, right? Like, I forgot to log in today.
right, but my issue so much is that I keep Spark minimized, and when I load it back up, it doesn't log me back in immediately. So I'll be using Spark, but it won't actually log me in.
Yeah.
So if you actually plug in your brand new Xbox that they gave you, you can do what I do in the morning, which is while you're making breakfast, yell at your Xbox to turn it on and launch Spark.
Exactly. See, and I'm partial to, and I'm an Xbox guy, so that's the way to do it.
I still haven't installed mine, or plugged in or anything, so it's just sitting
I'll
there.
come over and
pretty.
help you.
Oh man, you gotta get on that. There's so much good stuff.
I really don't have a need for it. I have virtually no free time outside of Spark, the GameJam especially now, and and also playing Heroes of the Storm with some friends. So that's basically all of my free time right there.
Yeah, I'm spending all of my time commuting right now. That's what I'm doing.
How long is your commute, Thomas?
I saw we're in the process of moving like up here, so it should be fine. But right now I'm still in Olympia, so it takes about let's see. Today I got here around 8, and I think I left my house around 6:15. So I'm spending about an hour 45
That's
minutes
awful.
one way, and then so I get to do that fun drive later tonight again.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, so right now that's pretty much I don't have free time because of that. At least on the weekdays. But I don't know. I got a backlog right now of stuff I got to hit my Xbox. I still have tons of Christmas basically games that I have. I got Dragon Age, which I shamefully only have about like 5 hours in, and then
Ouch.
yeah, that is terrible. Like
You need to try Ori.
Yes, that's what I
I
was going to
want
mention.
yeah.
You
wanna
need to try
Ori.
Ori.
Oh, so speaking of which, we actually were given 3 Ori game codes to give away
That is correct.
for the Game Jam promotion.
Oh.
So
Yeah. Have you decided how you're gonna do that yet?
yeah, I think what we're gonna do is hide them within the the launch level inside of Spark. So the one that's related to the game jam that I made up.
That's right. Yeah, the
So-
jungle.
Yeah, sort of. I guess it does look kind of like a jungle. I try to make it look like a swamp, but jungle works too.
Oh yeah, I think of like, or you know what's correct, which we got to do a happy in between is a rainforest, like a wet jungle.
I thought the jungle and rainforest were synonymous, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I think of them differently, but I don't know. There's a couple like rainforests up here, and they're very different from like jungle because I think jungle
That's
I think
true.
of more tropical.
Isn't
versus, like,
Olympia just
rainforest.
one giant rainforest with some buildings in the middle?
In where is that?
In Olympia?
No, there's I know there's a rainforest on the Olympic Peninsula. I don't know if there's one super close to Olympia or not. I know there's one like right in the like pretty much right next to Vancouver, Canada, which I've been to, which is fun. Like in the city like limits, you cross this like huge suspension bridge, and then you like go into this rainforest that's like on an island basically.
Nifty.
Yeah, fun stuff.
But yeah, I think on every Friday, from here to the end of the game jam, I'll be putting one of the 5x5 codes in there. So
Very-
people have different chances at it. Oh, and I want to express that these are Xbox codes. You can't claim them for your PC.
Okay, good to know. I don't know. I don't remember. So are you gonna
So how
make
do we
a
get
little
those?
playable experience in your game jam level then, so people can find it?
No, I think I don't think I have any UGC in there, so I'm just gonna say edit. Well, actually, no, there is UGC. I use the corn stalks and some of the desert props.
Okay.
Poop. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to make it playable.
You can just throw a third-person adventure brain and
Yeah, I can't do that. That hurts even to think about using a third-person adventure brain.
uh,
I might have to though, or come up with something.
So
Maybe
who
I'll
gave you the codes for that?
That would be Spark Brian and Spark Thomas.
yep. We got our hands on a few Ori codes, and we thought they'd be great to help promote the game jam.
Okay.
And
I was thinking about stealing one for myself for Ori because that is definitely have my eyes set on it.
I had the
but-
same thought, and then I was like, you know what? I kind of just want to support them because I've been begging for a HD Metroidvania game for a long time, and this is finally one, and it's getting 9 out of 10s, 9.5 out of 10s.
Yeah,
So-
the reviews are fantastic.
So I'm really looking forward to it. And speaking of the Game Jam, the Game Jam feed will actually be opening up soon.
Yes. Should I think toward middle of next week, I think is what we talked about.
I think it's going to be either middle of next week or the beginning of or end of this week. I can't remember. One of the
Yeah.
Have submissions already been going up?
two. Not the final versions of things, but people have been posting their works in progress. And that's what we're hoping for, actually. Because you are allowed to update your game, just not update it after the submission date is over. So
Exactly.
you can't update it after March 5th. Wait, no, April 5th. Sorry. Because then it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? But the idea is you want to get feedback on your submission as soon as possible. I'll be writing up a blog on this, but basically, Instant Kafka and myself waited until about 2 days before the Game Jam finished to start getting feedback from outside sources, and we scrambled to get that stuff integrated, and not all of it got integrated. So, and we even ended up with a bug in the final version because Instant Kafka fell asleep waiting for his wife to get off the computer the last night of the Game Jam. So, I was like Skype calling him, and Skype texting him and everything. Wake up! Where are you? And I couldn't find where the bug was because I didn't write the code. And it took him like less than 1 minute to fix it when he got online the next day.
Hmm.
So
It's probably a daily occurrence over at TD.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
yeah, sounds like life.
That's why the TU updates just don't come out on time. Is because somebody just fell asleep and they're not answering their Skype messages.
or somebody wasn't in the office that day. I mean, that's I mean, when somebody's absent, like gone for a day. Absent sounds so like a school term. I should not say that. When somebody's absent from work, that doesn't even make sense. When somebody's not here, it definitely the impact's felt like, right. I mean, it's no secret that we're a smaller development studio. And so, I mean, when we have a guy, work on something, he's usually like one of two people or just the one person working on it. So when he's gone for a day, it's a big deal.
So the solution to that is, of course, breaking their ankles so they can't leave.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to break their ankles. You just have to tie them down to something.
Yeah, but breaking was a little bit more permanent, right? You don't have to worry about did the knot get loose, or did they untie it, or did somebody else.
You have to give them, call a doctor in every once in a while to look at that and make sure they're not going to get infected.
No. If you don't cut it, then you're pretty much fine. You just want to get a sledgehammer in there or something. So
Thomas doesn't look like the professional leg breaker to me. I don't know if he can do it right.
No, I'd rather just convince people to buy more Spark Premium and content packs and then grow our team that way.
Well, that's actually a good transition.
Ankles.
That's a good transition. We actually have a St. Patrick's Day sale going on right now.
Yes, super excited about that.
So did they do that for St. Patrick's Day because you're a leprechaun, or how did this work?
Exactly. Actually, it has nothing to do with me and was in the works a long time before I was around. And it was actually funny because I didn't really realize it, but really since launch, it's kind of the very first kind of promotional sale that is not something that launched with its own little sale green tag that basically is its price. At least that's how I looked at it. I mean, but this is an actual sale that's happening, and you can see them in the featured section of the store. Even some of the the names and descriptions have changed quite and they're reflected there, which is quite funny. But yeah, I think for anybody who's getting wants to just pick up a couple content packs, I think there's some great deals there. I think the big grab for anybody just in general who's probably has some of the content packs would be the 50% off 3 months of Spark Premium. I think that's a great deal.
It even works out to be a better deal to get 12 months of that than it does to get the 12 months of Spark Premium at this point, doesn't it?
I think so. I think you're right on the money there. I'm pretty sure you're totally right.
The only downside would be the
1,500 tokens for 3 months. So you have 6,000 tokens for a year as opposed to the 10,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the only downside would be the upload slots.
Yeah, you get 2 upload slots with the 3 months on sale.
There is 2 upload slots, right?
Right.
So you'd come out with 8 instead of 12.
Right. So it's basically how
for 4,000 for 4,000 tokens, I would drop the 4 upload slots in a second. Personally.
Yeah, I'm on the edge with it because while I do like the treasure trove basically being auto-completed every week as long as I log in, I'm still holding out for that a season pass that you guys have been hinting at for a while.
Yeah, and to be totally honest, I feel like I can talk freely about it because I haven't been briefed on where that is at in any process or discussion or anything. I mean, I'm one of those people who, when you're doing premium, right, you're asking people to pay forward for this time. But then I think you're double asking because you're also saying now you also need to grind for the credits that you're going to benefit from to go spend. Right, as opposed to season pass, you just get to pay and then you're getting promised this content, which I think premium does a roundabout way of doing that, but they also want the time investment.
But I mean, that's what you're doing with the treasure trove as far as requiring people to log in order to get the tickets, right? It's just a little bit more.
That's definitely. I mean, it's about getting people to come and log in on Spark every day. That's for sure. So,
but I mean,
that's challenges. I mean, we just want people playing the game.
It's insane how much you can actually get now out of Spark if you have Spark Premium.
There's a lot. Treasure Trove definitely pushed it back into where I think Premium's a good deal for people.
It's like double. It's like before it was like borderline. If you were below level 50, it was the smart thing to do to get Spark Premium.
Yeah, if you were gaining levels, Premium was the way to go for sure.
But level 50 was kind of meh. By then you're probably tired of doing dailies and stuff like that. But now, Thomas was never seen again. But now it's like there actually is some value in that because you auto complete the. If you are smart about using the treasure trove and only doing it on Saturdays, then and logging in every day of the week, then you're basically going to be getting, I don't know how much, like $8 a month out of it in equivalent value, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, you've done all the math. I haven't.
Yeah.
I saw your thread about it.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time. Like, I did the math for calculating the daily halftime bonus. How much? If you had to do a little bit more than the daily halftime bonus every month, with the daily challenges in order to get your money back out of it, and then anything you did beyond that daily halftime bonus was actual, I don't know, profit. And I used way too many fingers for the air quotes, but I'm gonna go with it. Anyway.
Yeah.
But
I mean, so like me personally, so what I do for challenges, and I actually am pretty good about doing my challenges. Um, I always go, I think the create challenges go really fast. I mean, you can get those done in like 3 minutes, and 1 minute of that is holding down sculpt or paint. The rest is just dropping usually props down and a little bit of coding, but it's really fast. And then what I'll do, so that gets you already to your half day, 1,000 credit challenge, and then from there I like to just jump into one of the one of the UGCs that somebody's made for the champion challenges. I have one of my particular favorites is a Psycho Killer level. He was one of our CAG members. It says like Astro Tech Space Station, which I just use, and it allows you to switch champions really fast, and you can usually in another 3 to 5 minutes you can get all your champion challenges done too. And then I usually won't do the Crossroads or any of the Champions Quest ones because those are a lot more heavy time investment for pretty much little gain. Right. But that's coming from somebody who's wanting to do it quickly versus, there's obviously we have people coming into Spark who really enjoy the play experiences and want to do Champions Quest. I don't know if they're playing Champions Quest daily or not, but
yeah, some of those just take a little bit too much effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Up until I got to level 50, I was religiously doing everything and mindlessly running through Crossroads every single day. But like Mike said, once you get to 50, it's like a different game. But I actually intentionally don't do dailies anymore because now I feel I built up way too much credits, and with premium I was able to just get almost every content pack. So I made the decision of from now on I'm just going to get whatever credits I get and I'll spend those, but I'm actually going to try and feed money into Spark and buy tokens for future content packs.
Mm-hmm.
And now the treasure trove just kind of helps out with those little bits every now and then.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's funny. I still have like 3 or 4 content packs left I gotta catch up on, and then I got everything. So I'm kind of still rushing to get all of those wiped off. Is really bad because I was extremely busy like through December and November, which was bad because that was Team Dakota had a very they were pushing lots of content basically every week through that stretch. They had a lot of backlog, so I'm actually thankful that happened and kind of got out of the way because I think it's like overwhelming for users if it's all of a sudden every single week it's like I feel like I need 20,000 credits or it's a little overwhelming I think for that. So I think I like the slower pace that has bigger, higher quality content packs and gives people time to kind of get excited about them and kind of really digest what new tools are coming in versus bam, bam, bam every single week.
Well, the latest ones we've had since the backlog went away have been the Clovers and Rainbows one.
Yeah, so Clovers and Gold is the most recent. Before that was, I believe, Expressions.
Yeah, and then the Artist Pack.
Yeah, and then So I thought Cody and Archives came after Epic Artist.
You're right, and don't use the word epic on this.
Epic Artist, Codian.
Don't use the E word on this show.
And then also during that, I kind of feel like it was a super nice random gift, right? With TU7 was the update to the 2D gameplay icons.
Mm-hmm.
Those were epic.
Yeah, between and as soon as I saw the quarter semicircles, I immediately wanted to do the speech crafting. That
Kory
was
has been muted, and he's no longer on the show.
Oh,
For those who don't know, I really hate the way that the word epic is being used these days. But that's just me being an
epic
old
battle
man.
of war with goblins. That's the world I'm gonna play.
Okay. Um, but yeah, it was really cool having the 2D icons pack be updated with the new shadowless 2D primitives.
Yeah, I mean, I just from like a a community person's perspective when that pack came out. I mean, I didn't go rush to buy it. I think it only had 12 icons, which they were nice icons. But I mean, the token price I think it was 200, which that's actually pretty fair if like you saw something in there that you really wanted. But if it was just like, oh, nice to have, which I think a lot of more of the collectible creators who just kind of want to have everything at their leisure whenever they want to go to their toolbox is just there. Um, I think the 12,000 credits were kind of like, oh, I can wait on this, and I think that the 2D update, to that added so much value where it went from a mediocre pack to like must have.
Right. Especially if you have any plans of ever doing UI.
Exactly, that thing it's wonderful. So
And the next pack has been announced, and you've shown the teaser image for it. Is the Recon Mission?
yeah, Recon Mission.
So what's in that?
So Recon Mission is it's pretty much I think Brian was probably being more generous than but I think it's a small to medium pack. I think he is saying it was more medium. I mean, it's pretty similar to the um, I think a little bit smaller than Operation Mole. I mean, so you have what comes with it basically is you have a new gun prop, you have the new clothing options for the female Astrotech. I mean, and that works for the female characters in general. But it's like the jumpsuit. There's a jetpack that's associated with that, and I believe it has its own effect. And there's also the Codian drone, which is the KOVIR drone, which is really pretty. That's an awesome character. I've seen that guy in action. So for those who don't know, tomorrow our Thursday stream, so that's at 3 o'clock. As long as we start on time. Yeah, that's right. I gotta be good about that. PST 3 o'clock. For all of my wonderful global audience. We're gonna show off some Recon Mission in action in the editor.
So the one thing
we'll go run through and show all those props.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to show off the gun because it was being held in the left hand in the teaser image.
So Mescad was correct in that image is a flipped image, so it's actually in her right hand, but it looked better for marketing to put it in the left hand. So it's a right-handed gun.
That's unacceptable. You gotta make dual
it's
wield
not like
possible now.
It's not a whole entire separate animation for like a left-handed gun. So sorry, lefties. I apologize.
or
One of these
wielding.
days. Dual wielding one of these days, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Confirmed.
Don't confirm that. What's really funny? So back in the really early streams, and like in Twitch chat, we got Mike to say, like to confirm that dual wielding was happening, and I got like screenshotted it and like posted it everywhere. I was like, check it out, Mike says dual wielding coming, and they had to like recount the statement or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
about a year ago.
There's like the dual wielding with like attaching like an object in the other hand, but as far as like having like animations work wonderfully nice with it, like that, that hasn't happened yet. I'm sure it's been talked about here on Team Dakota without a doubt. Dual wieldings would be a wonderful have in the game. As far as timeline, I have no idea.
So, you now have seen a bunch of stuff that's under NDA, right?
I have, which has been really fun.
So,
It's been the best part.
Hopefully you've forgotten what that stuff was.
Oh yeah. I've forgotten it for you guys. I've absolutely no idea.
in the vaguest terms possible, what are you most excited about?
Oh geez, that's a tough question.
I know. He's balancing. How do I explain how awesome this is?
To be honest, I'm
getting
not going to
fired?
really answer that because I don't know.
Because you like your job.
You'll see soon enough.
I mean, is it
there's some cool
is it
stuff.
like a cool event coming
really
up?
Cool
a
stuff
pack features?
Yeah, I mean, super vague. I mean, there's a content pack coming, which hasn't been talked about yet, which it just kind of blows me away. So that team's done a really good job on it.
Is it your favorite pack so far, or where would you rank it about?
Oh, without a doubt. Like, I mean, we've had some really good packs, but this one in particular, I just think once creators, get their hands on it, I mean, it's gonna be really great. Like, I think it's just gonna lend itself to some really good, like, play experiences too. I don't know. It's gonna be a really good pack.
So is it a traditional pack in terms of like it has like architecture or props or?
It's really well rounded. It kind of has a little bit of everything actually.
So, is it a pack that you're looking forward to using in your own creations, or you're looking forward to what other people create?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, as like a player of Project Spark, or a creator in Project Spark, I'm excited for both. This is just like a comment, like in general about like I'm finding myself being more and more of a player. I mean, I think in beta I was like 90% creator, and like just checked out some like cool play experiences on the that I saw on the forums once in a while. But I find myself actively like looking at UGC now, and it's not because part of my job now is trying to find good UGC or anything. I mean, I was doing this before, where just stuff is more fun to play now. I think creators have gotten a really good handle on stuff. I think since the tool set's gotten a lot stronger, like once launch happened, like, and we have our creators are really comfortable, and there's new people coming into the game. I think just some really good play experiences are happening. So granted, with that background, like for the pack that I'm talking about in question, which this is my last answer on any of that. No more interrogation.
Well, I do have a follow-up question though.
Well, okay, let me answer this first.
Sure.
So for this, I'm definitely excited for both. Like, I can't wait to make stuff with this, and I think the play stuff's going to be phenomenal. I think people are going to make some really amazing stuff with it.
So a couple weeks back, we asked Zach, well, you guys said you were making bigger packs, so where are they? And he said, well, the next one's going to be massive. And obviously he's not talking about Recon Mission.
The one I'm talking about is really big.
But he said that, obviously we're not talking about Recon Mission because that's...
I'm not talking about Recon Mission. I love Recon Mission, but Recon Mission is not what I'm talking about.
It's small to medium size, right?
Yeah.
But he said that no previous pack before this he would deem as being massive. So I mean that the next one he was talking about was going to be the largest pack by far. Is that the same pack that you're thinking of?
Yeah, I'm sure he's talking about the same pack probably. The pack that we're talking about is definitely I'm pretty sure it's Team Dakota's largest, I think, up to this point.
It's going to be interesting because I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know. That's why we're really excited. When Moose doesn't know something, we're really excited.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem with being one of the insiders is you actually don't get surprised very often. So I guess you revel in me not knowing something.
Yeah, no, I'm one of those people who like my sister. Okay, she's terrible about wanting to spoil her. Like, she wants to find out the end of a book as soon as she picks up and reads the cover, and I hate that mentality. I'm like one of those, like, let yourself not get spoiled, like, and enjoy like the full experience beginning to end, and like immerse yourself in that. So I think it's just part of like the delight process. Like, that's part of like, this is Team Dakota, right? We're a game studio, and in the end, games and like entertainment in general, it's meant to delight and meant to bring these things. And I think surprise and intrigue and stuff is part of that. So
I'm the opposite.
Have some cards in the back pocket is great.
I'm exactly like I'm similar to your sister in that I only care about the main plot points. I don't actually have to read the book. Just tell me what the interesting parts of it were.
Oh, you ruin it. What's wrong?
No.
I'm with you, Thomas.
There you go.
I like every detail. If an artist put a detail into something, it's usually there for a reason.
Well, no, here's the thing. Like, I enjoy watching Game of Thrones. I would not even touch one of those books. it takes way too much time to actually get through one of those things relative to watching the show and getting the gist of it.
Yeah, I mean, I love the TV shows. I've never read the books. Partially, I'm like a recent graduate. I was a student here, actually, up in Seattle, University of Washington. And so after I finished that, basically reading for me started feeling like work. So I don't do very much pleasure reading anymore, no matter what, just because I feel like it's tied to like that still.
Yep.
So
I don't think any of us are old enough to have read it on.
And we just lost Kory unofficially.
Oh, I think the audio's still there. I think just the video's gone.
Okay. Well,
maybe not. I think his audio's gone now too.
We'll find out in a few. Oh, and we think he's back.
Oh, there he goes.
Say something.
Emma? Hey.
Your internet's a bit gunk, but.
Oh no.
Blame Baltimore.
Usually do.
But was there anything you wanted to bring up, Kory, as far as like asking Thomas any questions?
Yeah, feel free.
And the same goes to the viewers in chat as well.
Yeah, I probably should have chat up, and I totally don't. So.
Oh, they've been talking to you the entire time. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Let me do that. Let me see if I can do this. You guys can't see my computer screen, right? I just want to make sure.
No, we can't. But
you're like watching my desktop.
Yeah. There was one stream a few UGC streams ago where they accidentally had Brian's email up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
You could only see the titles for all of them, though. It was pretty funny.
It was actually hilarious. So before I got hired, I saw in one of the streams they accidentally showed off the KOVR drone in the gallery. Mm-hmm. Nobody said anything.
Yeah, it was that was the same one where they showed the preview of Ceph.
Gotcha. What's the chance? Are we on Project Spark Community, right?
Yeah, Project Spark Community. Kory, your internet seems to be a little bit better now. Can you say something?
Oh, excellent.
Well, if you have a question for Thomas, I think you had one about subtract terrain earlier.
Oh yeah, I actually asked that to Brian earlier, but there's an awesome code feature in Spark where you can remove any terrain that you added through code with one tile. So you can just add tons of code or terrain and then just delete it and refresh. But there's nothing for adding back subtracted terrain.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that, hopefully that would be. I mean, that sounds like a really nice thing to have. We'll just have to investigate that. As far as timing wise, I don't, know, but.
Yeah, Brian said he was looking into it.
Yeah, that's basically the exact same answer I have.
So Faultless was asking, can you guys announce the sales ahead of time sooner next time?
Oh, yeah. I know, like with St. Patty's, we just dropped it. I mean, I think we did the day before. I mean, a lot of that stuff, actually, we were getting prepped up at that point. Like, I mean, I think the only thing we'd be able to do before that is...
say that there is a sale coming?
Exactly. Is say there is a sale, but not, like, tell you what's for sale, which I don't know how helpful that is.
Right.
Once again, I'm one of the I think surprises are kind of fun. I know with like purchasing decisions, right? You're gonna have people who say, I just bought this the day before, but I don't know. I think surprises are kind of fun, and I like to be able to like deliver. I like to be able to say like, here's this, and it's available now,
right?
Like as opposed to,
just a tease.
Exactly. I don't really like to be a teaser, to be honest, because I'm one of those like put your money where your mouth is kind of thing.
So I assume that the sales have been going well. Is the plan to do regular sales in the long term?
I would love for the regular plan to be regular sales all the time. I mean, I'm one of those, like, I'd like to see, like, double credit weekends and all that stuff. I mean, I just got to talk to all the, the business people here. I'm one of those, like, if we're going to be a free-to-play model, which, we are, like, I think it's, like, important to be just generous with, like, your users, like, You know, like if you want them to like invest, it's more a question of like, you know, they're investing because they like really enjoy their time with this game, and like it's gonna be because they like want to like put money into it and make that investment. But I think it's like really important to be generous. But those are all, you know, conversations to have with you know, with kind of with our just business group and all the pricing and stuff. So
Hey, whoa.
there, look at there's Brian.
Hey guys.
Mr. Fancy.
Yeah.
It's just Brian.
Yeah. What are you asking me?
What?
Oh, I thought you said you wanted to ask me something. Anyways, I am. So we have our two Game Jam, or our Game Jam winner, Eris here.
I had the chair. Right?
Oh yeah, we have our Game Jam winner, Eris, still here, and his wife Nini, and they are overloaded by the amount of stuff we've shown them, so they're tired and need to go home to the hotel to rest because we've overloaded them with all the things.
And we got the NDA signed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
don't interrogate. Yeah.
They're not blogging right now.
They were trying to get me.
I know.
Spill some beans.
Well, with every new member, you think like, let's see if we can crack them.
This is the one. This is the one.
This
We
is
got
the-
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to watch this back because I told them what my real plan is, which is a concern to you. So you'll have to go back and hear about
okay.
what my 3-week plan is.
Yeah.
Good luck, Brian. Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely can't have Thomas revealing when we're going to put out our Lizard Band pack, or that we're working on Lizard Band. That would be bad. I'm just kidding. I only said that
Confirmed.
Oh, I would love a lizard. I would love a lizard man pack. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I can internally for that because some Argonia or Argonians, right? That's what they were in Elder Scrolls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and lizard men are just a cool like species. So I'm all for that.
Yeah, just push that with Reeb and BJ. I think those are the
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I gotta go drive him home, but you guys have a good SparkCast.
Yeah. No, it's going well so far. Feeling good.
Yep.
All right.
See you
Cool.
tomorrow.
Yep. See you.
All right. Thanks, Brian, for stopping in.
Yeah. So there is Brian, who now officially, you know, maybe he gets to have a little bit shorter hours now that I'm here. Hopefully, he was. Oh my gosh, he's been working crazy hours. So
No, he's not allowed to leave.
Right. I don't know. I'm hoping to help alleviate that for him.
I think this is like the soonest he's been able to go home in months.
Yeah, actually, well, yeah, and he's not. He's driving them back to their hotel, so he's not really done because he has to go back to Seattle.
Oh, wait, so I don't even want to know where their hotel is.
Yeah, it's in like the middle of downtown Seattle, so that's gonna be a really fun drive for him. Actually, at 6 o'clock in Seattle.
Oh,
Oh no.
no. Well,
Yeah, so
he's used
probably
to.
not gonna get home till like probably 7:30 or 8, I'd guess. And he has to cross the toll bridge too. So
He's used to DC traffic, so I'm sure he's okay.
Well, he's used to metroing in DC.
I thought he drove.
No, he metroed.
Oh. So for those who don't know the terminology, metro is like the subway. So,
doesn't everybody know that? No.
No.
Maybe not.
because some people still refer to it as things other than metro.
Yeah, see, the thing they're building and kind of working on here in Seattle is called the light rail, which a lot of people don't know because it's not like a subway, but it's kind of like a train that isn't like like super like a train. It's like a it's more like a monorail. Monorail is probably the best way to think about it. But it's not totally built out throughout the region. So they're actually just about to open like the light rail up. So it goes from the airport through downtown Seattle now, and it's gonna get expanded to go up to like UW, which is my old university. So
I'm surprised you graduated college.
I you know what? I know. I'm surprised too.
I was gonna ask like if it was hard to get your mom to sign your work permit in order to work for Team Dakota, but I guess you're a little bit older than that, unless you're Doogie Howser or something.
Yeah, if you want me to, I can. You should.
What if he is?
Never mind. I'm not gonna even say that because it's terrible.
Yeah, it's probably best because you are a dev now.
Yeah, I gotta be careful.
Work on that filter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I realize I know I have like squinty eyes, but they look especially squinty right now.
Well, it's okay. You're in shadow.
Yeah, that's true. These lights are like beating down.
Yeah. So how was your first week here?
It's been good. You know, I've really enjoyed it so far. I mean, I really liked my old job a lot, so I was kind of hesitant at first, honestly, because things were going really well. What I was doing before, I used to work for a state senator at the Washington legislature here, and I really enjoyed that job. But I don't know. This, the opportunity came, and it's one of those things. Like I knew if I didn't do it, I think I'd regret it. Just, I mean, there's not very many people who can say like something that I was doing in my free time is like now something I basically can kind of get paid to do. And I wanted to try it out and see how it goes. And there's it's right. It's Microsoft. So there's quite a bit of like growth potential. So we'll just see. It's been an exciting week.
That and you get to see all the content packs ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you been to a art meeting yet?
I have not actually, because last week I was not here on Wednesday, which is the typical day, and then today we have postponed the art meeting till Thursday, so that Ari and Nini can come to that.
That's awesome, because I'm under NDA and I'm gonna like pick their brains as much as possible.
The art stuff's so cool because I can go through and we have basically a giant shared file here. That like Team Dakota just drops things in, and I can go take a peek at like the art stuff, and it's amazing.
Yeah, like the concept art is freaking phenomenal.
I know. That's why we have like the best.
I want to see more of that.
Yeah,
we have the best achievement art out of like any Xbox game. Just saying, because like they make the best wallpapers.
So that's the thing. Like now that some of these content packs have been released, can we at least get the concept art behind them? Like, can that be pushed out?
Something that you think people like in the community would appreciate?
Yes.
I'm sure I could go and pillage and try to get a bunch of nice concept art and put it out there.
Yes.
I don't know why that wouldn't be hard to do. That should be pretty easy.
Like,
now, on Spark's anniversary, there should be like a hardcover book.
Yeah, here
I would buy that.
I'm writing this down. See, I am going to report back and do what you've asked.
Because the last time we got a dump of concept art was Mike put a bunch of stuff on Facebook, and he was like, I don't know if this stuff is ready or not, and he just put it all there. And a lot of these things
I'm not going to do that, but...
we still haven't even seen...
Mike wasn't afraid of getting fired.
Yeah.
That's not what happened for everybody, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah. To clarify, I still get questions. I'm like, I got a question today about what happened to Mike, and I'm like, he's doing something else now. But he didn't get fired or anything crazy.
Yeah, he was on loan to Team Dakota.
No, he's full-time.
I don't even know that if that's the case.
I guess when he was a full-time employee. But yeah, that's some of the concept art. That's really cool stuff that Mescat just posted. That's early design stuff. Like, I believe that poster with Kia, there's a full-blown version of that that's hanging in the hallway in the background of the link that Mescat just posted.
Let me open the link here so I can see what we're talking about. Oh man, this computer.
And we just broke their computer for streaming. There will be no more stream next week. Or tomorrow, for that matter.
Right, yeah, I know. Okay, Miss God posted it, or somebody else?
I believe it was Mescad.
Or was it
I think it was somebody else.
Faultless?
Oh, Faultless, sorry. Their names are both the same color from on my screen.
Okay, let me get here. If I can find it.
Yeah, these are great. High-res versions of these would just be phenomenal.
Because, I mean, Jed does amazing concept art, and I'm sure... And I know that
he's like the best.
And I know the other artists on the team are no slabs either, because I've seen their work too.
Yeah, they're great. Oh wow, these are cool.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yep. So which one was you were talking about somewhere?
So in the background of the homepage, of just the basic link that he sent, in the background of that.
Oh yeah, with the girl and on the.
Yeah, it's Kia. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For the record,
that
creatures?
poster is here hanging up actually, and it's bigger than that.
Right, much bigger.
Yep.
But yeah, that terrain in there looks freaking phenomenal. I wish I could make terrain look like that in Spark.
Yeah.
But
it's the next artist's pack.
Yeah, the cartoon artist pack. Or stylized artist pack.
Turtle character coming into Spark. I want that real bad.
I'm just like having fun looking at this concept art now. I'm like, where are all these things?
Exactly. We need to get more of it.
Right. Yeah. Where's the turtle?
The black and white on the second row, third.
Oh, the toad. thing. Oh, and the turtle. Oh, look how cute the turtle is.
Yeah.
How cute!
He's like a pug version.
Cheeks. Look at the cheeks. If you're in chat, you need to open up that link and take a look because these are awesome.
I'll have to post this link into the YouTube video when I upload it because these are really cool.
Yeah.
But like I said on the Facebook page, Mike posted some of them, and like there's a really cool looking lizard on there too, like full color and stuff. So I'm waiting for that as well.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and that's the thing with concept art, right? Is like not all of it gets made. That's like they're exploring options of what to do. So I mean, there's stuff that nothing ever happened once it was just concept art. But
if you get some backing behind it, then you have basically built-in advertising, right? People saying I want that before it's even out.
Yeah, no, I got you exactly.
So
oh, there's a cat now, or is that a cat?
I did warn you. I have not given this cat any attention, so she's forcing it upon me.
That's I have 2 cats at home too, and they do the exact same thing.
Guys with cats.
It's all about the cats. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway. So if anybody else in chat has any final questions for Zach and or Kory, in the meantime, I'm going to ask Kory, so what are you doing for your Game Jam entry? I presume you're making one.
I'm working on several different prototypes right now, and the one I'm working on tonight is mostly hallucination.
Huh?
Yeah, I had some weird technical idea that was going on with the artist builder pack. I was trying it out, and it's like taking acid. And so I'm going to add some comical fun stuff to it and see if I can make people hallucinate.
I don't know how I feel about that, but good luck.
I think a pack that kind of, or a level that I remember at least having some cool effects like that was that rave level that they played on one of the streams.
Right.
Remember, and there was like the potions or whatever, and like stuff went trippy.
It's true.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of weird effects you can use if you can get a hold of the alpha characters. You can make some really weird characters that way too. But I'm not gonna go into that too much.
Yeah, I don't even know. I wasn't an alpha guy, so I don't even know what those are.
Well, you don't have to be in the alpha in order to get them. You just have to
remix the right levels.
Right.
Yeah, you have to know where to find them.
Yeah. But in any event, I
would stay. Just for people in general, I would recommend staying away because I feel like there'd be so much game-breaking stuff put on that stuff.
Yep. Yes. So it's use at your own risk, basically. Buy a reware.
Yeah. That's my recommendation to everybody. Use at your own risk.
So, Thomas, do you have any final parting words for this episode?
Couple of things. One, just you guys are awesome. Really excited to be joining you guys.
He's lying.
Yeah.
Only about you.
But no, it's been a great first week. Any feedback from me, whether that's in Twitch, usually actually forums are the best because they like stay around forever, and that's always great. So if you want to start a thread that says feedback on Thomas and just totally chew me out, that is great. Anything like that. If you have recommendations I had a great time doing the education stream, so I'm going to try to do as many of those as I possibly can.
So you're looking for more topics?
Yeah, exactly. I've already had a request for kind of like a part 2 on that stream that I did about Speechcraft and kind of building that out further. I learned that I guess I'm really fast with the controller. I didn't realize that. Hopefully not too fast, but...
Well, that's what the YouTube's for, right? To watch the recording.
Yeah, exactly. You can pause it whenever you want. And even then, I still went like at 13 minutes over or something, which was terrible. I'm really glad I had the finished product in there. And that level should be shared now if anybody wants to go and look at that. It's just called Speechcraft System. And so there's that. Oh, one thing, just, we're about, I think the Game Jam now has almost been out now in a week. Yep. So really looking forward to seeing what people create. I know a couple things have been floating. I'm kind of waiting to see more final products because I don't want to spoil stuff. I'm one of those, I want to see it at the end. But yeah, we're excited. We're doing our part here at Team Dakota to make sure everybody knows that that's going on. It's just great if you're gonna make a great level, why not, put it into this competition? It's just great, and I mean, those prizes, right? Like, I mean, they're amazing. I wish I could participate. Brian's already telling me how he's like probably gonna make a world, and just obviously it'll be like disqualified, but he just is like inspired. He wants to make something for the game jam, and I kind of do too. The commute's killing me, so we'll see if I actually make something. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. But the game jam's great. One thing too for people who don't realize you can do this, it's kind of something that I'm starting to head up on, is just outreach and stuff on the Xbox Game Hub. So it's a new feature that is available for developers on the Xbox platform, where you can follow a game at the Game Hub. And so we're posting things out about the game, and we're giving away credits, and even like on Moose, even though you haven't plugged in your Xbox yet, this would be a good reason to, because on like Monday I would prompted people, asking them about what they're making, in the game jam, and we got like 40 responses about people telling me what they're making.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and and it kind of reaches a different population of people, which I think is just awesome. So really excited about the Game Hub. We're hoping to start rolling out.
How do you reach the Game Hub? How do you reach the Game Hub?
So when you're like on Xbox, all you have to do is go like to Project Spark, like the game itself, the app, and when you're like instead of hitting A to start it, you hit that menu button, which used to be start, and then that the contextual menu pops up, and you just go and say view Game Hub, and it'll pop up with like our activity feed and everything like that.
Okay.
I think that you can.
And
get
I'm
to
hoping
it from
to do
the
like
Xbox app on Windows 10 too.
Yeah, and it should work on that if you have the Xbox Windows 10 preview Xbox app. Because all of that's linked together or whatever. Although I don't know anything about, I haven't seen anything about whether that works or not. That platform itself is just getting worked on. But yeah, so the Game Hub's really cool. We're hoping to start doing I would like to get like little videos on there, like through upload. Like I think it'd be fun to like do just little gameplay clips and put them together of like the featured levels to promote people's worlds, stuff like that. So I'm experimenting and thinking about ways to increase stuff there. So definitely follow us, because exciting things will be happening with Game Hub.
Speaking of promotion,
Yeah.
in order to, if you promote the Game Jam and your Game Jam entry, there's actually a chance that you can get rewarded for doing so.
That's right, because I think Lucid Stew won something.
Yep. So the two people who have won something so far have been Lucid Stew and Lady Lex UK. They've done so by tweeting out screenshots of their creation in progress and continuing to do so, and using.
We even retweeted a couple of them from the Project Spark Twitter.
Yep. So when I see them, I'll retweet them on ProjectSpark.org Twitter as well. And basically, we have things to give away, such as 10,000 credit codes, or 10,000 credits in codes. There we go. And if you use hashtag GameJam, then that's how we'll be able to find them.
Gotcha.
And is there anything left on this docket? Because we're about an hour.
No, definitely come by tomorrow, 3 o'clock, for that, showing off Recon Mission. Other than that, and then, we're hosting Ori and Nini, so we're really excited about that too.
That's true.
We'll see about on Friday's stream that we typically do. We might have to not do that, the developers, and that's mainly because we have some stuff planned with Ori and Nini. So we might have to adjust the time of that, like our typical 11 a.m. stream. But I don't know exactly what the final solution is going to be yet. So
we'll just pay attention to your Twitter.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Just pay attention, and we'll let you guys know.
All right, sounds good.
We can get some concept art for Cody and Joan.
I'm gonna. Well, I don't have anything like prepared right now, but I will definitely ask about like the concept art. Just getting as much concept art as I can share with you guys. I would love to share it with you, because I think it's beautiful stuff, and I think art is just inspirational.
Especially the stuff they made. Damn.
Their stuff is. I hope they make like 5 times as much as I do.
And then we can always say things like, well, I wanted this to be made, and then they can say, oh, you're right, we were on the fence about that, but we appreciate your feedback, so we're making it now. I would love that.
Right, yeah. I want this lizard turtle, or whatever.
Lizard turtle. see, that's a good way to fit into Spark. Oh, and one last thing. So,
Yes.
I noticed that there is no Aurora Borealis sky box inside of Project Spark. And that seems like one of the few things in the natural world that has a swirl in it, and it's, for some reason, not associated with Spark yet. And same thing with cinnamon buns.
I will say, I'm pretty sure, I mean, this is just random, but I think our just like default night skybox has like a weird, it's kind of weird, but it's like a, like
it is a
like thing in the horizon.
Yeah, it's a nebula type thing, but
Yeah,
it's
like
it's not the Aurora Borealis of a bunch of greens and pinks and blue.
Yeah, and what you want like a dynamic skybox that's like moving, right? That's what you're talking about. Which I don't.
Because that would be awesome with a freaking Arctic setting.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds cool.
Yeah,
why would I say no to that?
Pass it along to Andy. I believe he's the artist that does the skyboxes.
Andy.
Yeah, Andy Zibbits.
Yeah, no, that's a good suggestion.
So with that, Kory, do you have any final parting words?
No, Thomas, keep it up.
Awesome, thank you.
Make friends, spoil stuff.
Don't get fired in the process unless
Try
you
not
go
to
out.
get fired.
If you go in a blaze of glory, just reveal everything, all the things.
Let me run. Where's the share drive? Just start putting it all up.
Yeah, there's usually a grace period when you get hired. Oh, I'm new. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to just share that all out. I'm sorry.
I didn't know I wasn't supposed to talk about that content pack. Why is that on my computer if I'm not supposed to talk about it? No. All right.
Exactly.
All right, so thanks, Thomas, and thanks, Kory, for joining us. We'll be back next week. I presume it'll be Brian, because you guys tend to alternate.
Yeah, we'll see. We might do it together. Who knows? We'll play it by ear.
All right, so it might be... Maybe even Zach will stop by. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
No, he's a busy guy.
Yeah, well, he's working on making Crossroads a better experience, and I want him to be doing that.
All right, listen. This is a challenge to Zach. If you can get me to not hate Crossroads... I don't have anything to say to that because I don't think it's possible, but good luck.
You'll buy another year of Spark Premium.
Alright, deal. If he can get me to not hate Crossroads, I'll buy another year of Spark Premium.
I think that's a good deal.
And I can't see that being possible. So good luck, Zach. Alright, and with that bombshell, we're going to part ways and see you guys tomorrow for the stream at 3 p.m. Pacific on the Project_Spark Twitch channel. And then back here next week on the SparkCast. Same Spark channel, same Spark time. That's awful. I'm never saying that again. Alright, good night, guys.
All right, good night.
Good
Thanks for
night.
having me.